Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Ron Jackson here. And let me see these comments already. Hey, howdy, Curtis. How's it going, man? Thanks for watching and following me, Curtis, and subscribing. I appreciate it. It's Ron Jackson here, and I was just doing some walking bass lines on rhythm changes. And I actually have this lesson that I have um, on my RonnieMusicLabel.com page, and you can actually get that lesson. You can see part of it right now in the transparency here, but for the moment, just do me a favor. If you're watching, please subscribe and to Ron Jackson Music and follow me everywhere. And by following me and subscribing, it helps me create great content that I give out right now to you guys, and to help you learn about 6 and 7 string guitar. So I was just playing rhythm changes over bass lines over rhythm changes. Okay, walking bass lines. I've been playing walking bass lines for a long time. I play bass, and the bass is basically just in jazz is basically plays a quarter note on every beat, and your sound is super low. Okay, hold on. How's that, Curtis? Is that better? Is that better? Tell me, because right now I hope you can hear me. Is that a little better, Curtis? I'm going to turn that up now. If it is, just send me a message right now. I just turned it up. This is not like super loud. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I just turned it up a little bit, Curtis, for you so you can hear me better. The guitar should be loud enough too, no? How does that sound to you, Curtis? Good? Yeah, thanks, Curtis. Curtis Chavez from, I don't know, someplace in California, yes? So I'm doing a whole lesson about walking bass. Now, I was watching a couple of days ago how Ron Carter is so good with the rhythms and the bass that I have to, study what he's doing on the bass. I mean, I'm just playing like a bass guitar or like a bass line on the 7 string, but it's not as deep as him at all about playing the bass line where he actually focuses only on the bass. But I'm just trying to get you guys to play through rhythm changes today. So let me play you the first page of this rhythm changes that's written on your on right here in front of you on my transparency, so you can hear it. I'm going to do it real slow, and it's just a way of learning a bass line. Okay, I'll turn the guitar up a little bit. Hold on one second. Let me see. 1 second. Tell me if that sounds good now. I can't really tell until I listen to it after, because it's interesting. I'm going live through my computer and through through my amp and through all these different things, and this is actually the best sound I've ever gotten from going live, everybody. So I'm using an iRig Pro. I'll talk about that later. An iRig Pro Stream that I got. One of my students, that I teach is a really talented 16-year-old kid named Dez. He plays great, and his parents showed me this. So let me see. I'm going to play you this rhythm change. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm going to show you how I play these rhythm changes right now, and on the first page at least, and then how I construct them and what chords I use. So rhythm changes right now, just so you guys know, comes from this song called "I Got Rhythm," which is right here, everybody. Look at this. See that? "I Got Rhythm" by George Gershwin and Ira Gershwin. I think they were brothers. So check them out. That's pretty cool. And these guys, had this like verse melody, and then they came up with this song called "Rhythm Changes," which everybody plays in jazz, which is very, very common. Okay, so here's what so this is what the melody sounds like. I got rhythm. So that's I got rhythm. And the chord progression is basically a very common chord progression that you find in a lot of songs. I've actually gone over a kind of lesson like this with different kinds of improvisation skills and stuff like that. But we're going to be working on bass lines today. So the bass line for this first part of the song goes like this. I'll just play the bass by itself. Okay, listen to this. So you heard that. Now, that's a bass line that's on these chords in the beginning there. The first 8 bars I played, you could see that on the transparency right there, okay, on the presentation. Now, what I do when I do these walking bass lines, you can see the chords are B flat major 7, G minor 7. So it's B flat major 7. If I just played a straight one, it would sound like this. D minor 7. G7, C minor 7, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, E diminished 7, B flat over F, G7, C minor 7 to F7. So that's the very, very first. And thank you very much, Curtis. He hears me loud and clear now. Great, 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 great. That's great news. I'm going to keep these settings the same now for when I go live streaming, okay, everybody? So now, watch this. So what I do is, when I'm playing this chord progression, I'm only playing these 2 notes on top when I do the bass line. So this is a B, a D, and an A. And these are basically thirds and sevenths that you can actually play everywhere like this. So this is the first 8 bars, okay? These are just third and seventh. 2-note voicings. So you hear that? So what I do is I'll play the 3rd and 7th. You should be able to play the 3rd and 7th by itself. Let's say you're playing with a bass player. This is how you would accompany a bass player in a band. You wouldn't play like this. You wouldn't play like that. You would let the bass play this part, and you would play that at the bottom. You see that? What I did before, okay? So what I did was I put the bass line below the 3rd and 7th of each chord, and that's very common. That's a very common comping technique that I could actually, you know what I mean, play for you. Watch this now. That's very common technique to have the 3rd and 7th on top and the bass line on the bottom. And one of the easiest ways to work on that for everybody is just play the bass line straight, like just quarter notes on each chord, like this. Try to hold the chord as long as you can. I'm just playing each beat, the root of each chord. Like that. You see that? That's the easiest bass line, actually. Just quarter notes on every beat. That's very, very simple. Then you could build your bass lines up after that. But what I do, if you watch the first 8 bars, I do this walking bass line with the 3rd and 7th on the top. Watch this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not holding those. I wrote half notes for the top of the, for the chord itself, the 2-note chord. But I don't hold them all the way because that's kind of you don't really hold it like that. I just put it there so you can have a placeholder. I'll go like this. I'm Hear that? I'm cutting it. You hear that? That's really cool. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the bass line. I'm making sure the bass line is being played while I play the chord on top. I'm not playing the chord for a full 2 beats. It's too hard. For example, it's too hard for me to hold that chord and play all these notes. If I played that and hold it for, if I play that and I hold that for 2 beats, I couldn't really hold it. I had to stop to get that chord here and get to the next chord. You see that? So that's how you start working on your bass lines. Now, I'm doing this pretty slow, but I can do this pretty fast, you know, with the chords, but I'm not going to show you that yet. Let's get through the rest of the song. So the next part is the same part, same exact thing. Now you don't have this page. This is now, so that's the first 2 eighths of rhythm changes. Now I'm going to go to the bridge like this. You don't have that written. You can get the rest of the lesson. Go to ronniemusiclabel.com, and you can see the link actually in the bio here if you want to pick that up and check out my other lessons. Now look at this. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually go down to the bridge. Now, when you're holding, so at that part there's only 2 chords per measure, but it gets much harder when you do a bass line that is like 1 bar long or 2 bars long. So what I did is I went to the bridge, which is D7, which looks like this. It looks like this, everybody. Watch this. The bridge looks like this, D7. See the B section here? See the B section? So if you look closely, those are the chords. Basically D7, G7, C7, and F7. So if I'm walking a bass line, that's pretty hard to keep a good, interesting bass line together. So learning bass lines, everybody, is just basically connecting chords, keeping the timing, and on 2 and 4, the feel. And there's other cool rhythms you could use. I was checking out Ron Carter the other day. And, check out all the great bass players. Learn bass lines from bass players that are great bass players, really, to learn a bass line, to learn a real bass line. So what happens is, on the bridge, it's just D7. What I do is I'll do a D7, then I'll do a A minor 7, D7 to a G7, then I'll do a 2-5 like that, like a D minor 7 to G7, down to C7, down G minor 7 to C7. I'll put the related 2 of each chord just to make it more interesting for the bass line. So here's what the bridge sounds like this. Listen to this. So hear that? So the chords are basically, I went 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's D7, 2, 4, A minor 7, D7. Now G7, 1, 2, 3, 4, D minor 7, G7. I put it related to C7, 2, 3, 4, G minor 7, C7, C minor 7, 3, 4, F7, 2, 3. So those are the chords basically on the bridge. Hold on one second. I'm going to put the music out further. So just so you guys know, I write for Acoustic Guitar Magazine, and I actually have a whole lesson about walking bass in this book. You can get it on my website at ronniemusiclabel.com. It's called Chords at Your Fingertips, and I do a whole thing about Freddie Green comping and where you can comp a bass line on a blues in G, and also comp the Freddie Green style of playing those thirds and sevenths in a root, which is like very common for Freddie Green comping. This is called Chords at Your Fingertips, okay? So you can get, it's published by Acoustic Guitar and Hal Leonard Music. Check it out. I have 3 books with them. So here's what the second page looks like, sounds like. It's the very last page of these rhythm changes. And after that, I'll play you the whole thing. Okay, so I'll play you the whole thing after this. So check this out. So it's gonna be like this. Watch this. The last page. So the last page goes like B flat major 7, B diminished 7, C minor 7, C sharp diminished 7, D minor 7, G 7, C minor 7, F 7. Then it's F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat 7, B flat major 7, B diminished 7, C minor 7, F 7, B flat 6. Okay, you hear that? Now, those are a lot of chords to call out, everybody. Now, before I keep going, if you're watching, please subscribe to my channel and follow me everywhere at Ron Jackson Music. By following my content, it helps me, produce cool lessons for you and everything like that on social media and everywhere else. So watch this. So now I'm going to play that bass line that's written at the end of the last 8 bars of these rhythm changes. Then I'm going to play the whole thing for you guys. And then, if you want to learn this, just go pick up the rest of the lesson on my website, ronjacksonmusic.com. I mean, ronniemusiclabel.com or ronjacksonmusic.com. Watch this. So here's the last 8 bars of rhythm changes with the bass line. Here's what it sounds like. So you hear that? So what I did was I just did a bass line that just followed the chords because there was two beats of chord. And since I'm in this position, the best way to go through that is just play a quarter note for each, 2 quarter notes for each two beats, okay? Because the chord is going by 2 beats a measure, 2 beats, and actually 2 chords per measure, so that's a total of 4 beats. And I could actually make that bass line much more complicated if I played it here, because I could go like this. I can go. I could do 1-5. See what I did? Then I did that. I did 1-5. I can do it down here too. Watch this. So just so you know, I do play bass. So what happens is, you should be able to do these bass lines without the chords and know your bass notes against the chords. So I'll go like this. So I can just do the whole thing like with all the bass by myself. So see what I'm doing? I'm just basically doing a bass line. The thing is, you should be able to separate the bass line and the chords. So I'll go like this. If I'm playing the chords, I'll go. I'll just do the 3rd 7th that's written on your page there by itself. Watch it. So I know what the chords are in my head. So what I'm doing is I'm just basically playing the chords with the 3rds and 7ths, and while the bass player is playing that stuff. Now, so I can combine full chords and do that. Watch this. See that? Then I'll go. Now you see, I'm playing bass notes and rhythms that are comping rhythms because you wouldn't just play half notes the way I have written out. I'll go like this. So I'm doing a Charleston, 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 Charleston. Oh yeah, great. Hey Victor. Hey, Victor's here and James. James had a great comment here. Let me show that to you, everybody. Thank you, everybody on YouTube for following and subscribing to me. James said, nice, I've got something to practice tonight. Yeah. Yeah, this will take you some practice, James, just so you know. It's kind of tricky. So so this is just the first page of that lesson. Go to my website and check out the rest. And get your freebie lesson, everybody. Let me show you that. Let me show you the banner for that one. You can go get that lesson that I'm showing you now, and you can get a freebie lesson there, James. And let me say hi to Victor, my good friend Victor, who's been following me for years now. Is that similar to when you put 2 F strings on a violin to be able to play the cello part? That's pretty funny. I don't know, Victor, about that. Anyway, thanks. Again, thank you, everybody, for watching. So watch this, everybody. So I'm going to play you like a rhythm that's not like holding half notes. I'm going to try to do the Charleston rhythm while I'm doing the bass line. Watch this. So what I did was, I tried to do that Charleston rhythm all the time, but it's kind of weird to play it all the time when you're playing it. You got to kind of switch the rhythm. So I will go like this. Now you notice how I'm picking everybody. I'm using my pick to do the bass notes, and then I'm using my other fingers that are left behind. This is called hybrid picking, and actually what I'm doing is I'm actually just trying to play the other rhythms with my hybrid picking hand, the fingers that are not being played. But I can actually do this finger style too. Watch this. So watch this. So see how I'm mixing everything up, everybody? Because, you don't want to be playing the same rhythm all the time unless it's a specific part, when you're playing in a jazz band. Let me see what Victor's saying. Hey, Vic. So time to grab me the old lady and have her put on the flappers. Funny. That's funny. Yeah, so everybody, so that's the whole walking bass lines over rhythm changes lesson. I'm going to play it for you one more time as written. And do me a favor, please subscribe if you enjoyed this. I'll show you this. I have these different banners as well. If you'd like to, subscribe to my YouTube channel and get exclusive content, you can become a member right now, and I have exclusive content for members. Also, I have that on my Patreon too. But also, if you enjoyed it, I accept super chats for watching. And that helps me. It helps me create content and become the creator that I am. For 6 and 7 string guitar lessons. And please definitely share my YouTube stream and subscribe if you don't already, because that really helps a lot. So let me play you one more time the whole song that you see in front. This is only the first page that you see in the transparency here. You could actually learn the rest over, if you get to pick up the music on my website. Just check this out one more time. So that was my whole walking bass lines on rhythm changes. That was a live lesson I just gave you about walking bass lines. So you should be able to play this pretty fast. So if I play this really, really fast, I'm not going to play this particular bass line, but watch me play this rhythm changes fast right now. Take a look at this. So that's pretty fast. Could be faster, of course, but there's a lot of chords to play over that in the rhythm changes. So thank you everybody for watching, and please follow me. And if you enjoyed this, please share this with your friends and family. Go check out my website for all my cool content. Like I have my cool merch, like my cool 6-string Guitar Hero shirt. I'm going to be having hats soon. I have merch up there. You can check out my book. Chords at Your Fingertips. I'll sign it for you if you pick it up on my website at ronniemusiclabel.com or ronjacksonmusic.com. You can look both of them up. Okay, and this is actually I'm going to be reprinting these, but my vinyls, I only have one last vinyl on my website. I'm going to have to reprint these. It's going to take a couple of months. So I ran out of vinyl, so check out my vinyl and whatever else, all kinds of cool merch and CDs that I have, over there, etc. So if there's any questions, Oops, I dropped something. So anyway, if there's any questions or anything, please send them to me and comments. And thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. And I'll see you guys very soon, okay? And Ron Jackson music, Ron Jackson, 6 and 7 string jazz guitars out of New York City. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.